If you eat like most people in the UK, these brands are already in your week. Instant noodles, microwave burgers, sausages, crisps, cakes, chocolate, gravy, bread, squash, fizzy drinks. In 2026, food experts are sounding the alarm because these normal foods can quietly push your salt and sugar up day after day in a way that makes you feel more tired, more hungry, and more stuck. And once it becomes routine, it's hard to spot. That's why this list matters. 10 UK brands experts beg you not to buy so often, and exactly what to choose instead. Let's start with number 10. Pot noodle. You see it near the till and it feels like a small, easy meal. It takes a few minutes, it is warm, and it is cheap. For a tired day, that sounds perfect. Now think about what makes it taste so strong so fast. Pot noodle relies on a big flavor hit, and that usually means a heavy load of salt, plus powders that boost taste. Salt is not just about thirst. Over time, it can push blood pressure up, and that matters more as we age. These cups can also leave you hungry again because they are low in fiber and light on real protein. Here's the quick shelf check. Turn the pot and read the salt for the whole pot, not a tiny serving. If it is high, keep it for rare days. Then scan the ingredient list. When it is long and full of flavor powders and boosters, that's a clue you're eating a factory recipe, not a simple meal. Do not let the picture on the front decide for you. The label tells the truth. If you want the same comfort with fewer downsides, keep the noodles but change the base. Buy plain noodles, add frozen vegetables, and stir in an egg or some beans. Use only part of any seasoning pack or replace it with pepper, herbs, and a small splash of stock. After a few weeks, your taste buds reset and you stop needing the big salt punch. Now switch from a cup to a boxed meal and watch how the problems stack up. Number 9. Rustlers. A boxed meal can look like a proper dinner because it has a bun, a patty, and a box that says it is filling. It's made for a microwave, so it feels like a smart fix when you don't want to cook. The catch is how it stays soft, tasty, and stable for so long. Rustlers is a processed meal, and processed meals often carry extra salt, extra saturated fat, which is the hard fat that can raise cholesterol, and stabilizers that keep the texture the same every time. Older bodies don't bounce back from heavy meals as easily. If you eat one of these and feel puffy, thirsty, or sleepy after, that's your clue. Another clue is how easy it is to eat fast. Soft bread and a strong sauce can slide down before your brain has time to notice you're full. Then you want something sweet later because your hunger signals swing around. Here's the label test that matters. Look for the salt per burger and then look for the saturated fat. If both are high, it's a treat, not a weekday habit. Now check the ingredient list on the meat. When you see many ingredients, flavorings, and binding agents, you're not buying plain beef. You're buying a product built to behave. If you like the idea of a quick burger, you can still have it. Buy fresh mince or a frozen patty with a short ingredient list. Cook it in a pan, even for a few minutes, and use a whole grain bun or a baked potato. Add onions, tomatoes, or a side of vegetables. You get the comfort without the hidden extras, and you control the salt. Here's the tricky part. The next one feels like home cooking, and that's why people miss it.
Number 8. Richmond. Many people grew up with this taste on the plate, so it feels safe. It feels like home food. It also feels simple because it is just a sausage, right? But there is a difference between fresh meat you can name and a processed sausage designed to taste the same for months. Richmond is popular because it is mild, soft, and easy to cook. The issue is what often comes with that style. Processed sausages can be high in salt and saturated fat, and the meat content can be lower than you expect. That matters because salt and saturated fat are two of the things doctors keep warning about for heart health. And when a sausage is made to be very smooth, it can include fillers and flavorings that do not help you feel full. Here's a simple way to shop without guessing. Look at the back and find the meat percentage. Higher is usually better. Then look at the salt per 2 sausages, not per 1. Many people eat 2 without thinking. If the salt jumps high, keep it for weekends, not for daily meals. If you love sausages, do not panic. Swap smarter. Choose a butcher-style sausage with a shorter list, or choose chicken sausages with lower saturated fat. Even better, build the plate around vegetables and beans and use one sausage for flavor instead of making it the main part. That way you still get the taste, but you don't let it run the whole meal. Now we hit the small bag problem, because small doesn't mean harmless. For heart-friendly choices that still feel normal, subscribe. These quick checks save you from hidden extras. Number 7. Walkers. It starts as something to nibble with a cup of tea or during a drive. The bag is light, the crunch is nice, and the serving looks small. Then the bag is empty and you barely noticed eating it. That's not an accident. Snacks like this are made to be easy to finish. Walker's crisps are not evil, but they're a classic example of how salt and crunch can keep you going past real hunger. One bag can also lead to another salty item later because salt makes you thirsty, and thirst often turns into a sweet drink. For older people watching blood pressure, this is where trouble creeps in without a big warning. Use a simple rule. If you buy crisps, buy the smallest bag and don't eat them straight from a multi-pack while watching television. Put them on a plate. That small step makes your brain notice what you're doing. Now check the front for the word sharing. Sharing bags are designed for more than one person, but many people finish them alone. If you want crunch, there are calmer options. Try plain nuts in a small handful, or popcorn with a short ingredient list. Even carrots, apples, and cucumber can scratch the crunch itch once you get used to them again. The goal is not to remove fun. The goal is to stop a tiny bag from turning into a daily salt habit. Also, pay attention to flavors that sound bold, like very strong cheese or smoky barbecue. Those flavors can hide how much salt is in the seasoning. If you lick your fingers after, that dust is part of the reason the craving stays. A small trick is to pour one small bag into a bowl, eat it with your meal, and then brush your teeth or drink plain water after. It breaks the urge to keep chasing the same taste. But what we see next is where just a little cake quietly turns into a daily habit.
Number 6. Mr. Kipling. These cakes look neat and harmless. They come in little portions, often with a tray that makes them feel controlled. They are easy to offer a guest and easy to keep in the cupboard. The problem is that a small cake can still carry a big sugar load, and it can make you want a second one. Mr. Kipling products sit in a space between dessert and snack. That is why they can sneak into daily life. If you eat one after lunch, then feel sleepy, or crave something again in an hour, that is a sign your body is riding a sugar swing. For people managing diabetes, or even just trying to keep energy steady, this matters. Here is the label habit that helps. Read the sugar per cake, not per 100 grams. The pack often looks smaller than it is. Also check the ingredients for syrups and fats added to keep the sponge soft for longer. Real home cake goes stale. Long shelf life is a clue that the recipe has been pushed. If you want a sweet bite, you have better choices that still feel like a treat. Try full-fat plain yogurt with berries, or a few squares of dark chocolate, or a banana with peanut butter. If you still want cake, buy it fresh, buy less of it, and make it an event, not a background habit. Another thing to notice is how easy it is to eat 2. One cake with tea becomes 2 without a thought. If you are trying to lose weight, that is where progress slips. A safer pattern is to choose one dessert day in the week and keep the rest of the days simple. It sounds strict, but it's actually freeing because you stop debating with yourself every afternoon. Now we get to the brand tied to memories, which is exactly why it's dangerous as a routine.
Number 5. Cadbury. For many people, chocolate is tied to memories.
You see the color, you know the taste, and you feel a small lift before you even open it. That is exactly why this one is so powerful. When a treat becomes a daily comfort, the dose stops feeling like a dose. Cadbury chocolate is everywhere, and it is easy to buy without thinking. The core issue is not that chocolate exists, it is the mix of sugar and fat in many milk chocolate bars, plus the way the portions have changed over time. A few squares can turn into half a bar, and half a bar can become a normal evening routine. For older bodies, that can mean weight gain, higher blood sugar, and more strain on the heart. Here's the practical rule. If you want chocolate, choose a smaller bar and do not eat it straight from the wrapper while distracted. Put a few squares on a plate and put the rest away. Now try a swap that many people find works, darker chocolate with a higher cocoa content. It's not magic, but it's often less sweet, so you stop sooner. If you want the comfort without the spiral, pair a small sweet with something filling. Have it after a proper meal, not as a meal. And watch the timing. Late-night sugar is when many people wake up hungry or restless. Ready for the sneakiest one so far? It doesn't look like junk food at all. Number 4. Bisto. This one does not look like junk food. It looks like something you add to a normal dinner to make it taste better. It sits in many kitchens for years, so it feels safe and almost invisible. But the quiet danger is that it can turn a plain meal into a salt-heavy meal in seconds. Bisto gravy granules and similar instant gravies are designed for speed. The flavor comes from salt, flavorings, and concentrated powders. If you pour it over meat, potatoes, and vegetables, the meal still looks healthy, yet the salt can jump high, and salt is one of the main things doctors ask older people to watch. Many people do not taste the salt as salty because gravy is meant to be savory. That is why it can slip past you. Here's the two-step check. First, read the salt on the label for the made-up gravy, then multiply it by how much you actually pour. Most people use more than the suggested amount because they like it thick. Second, look at the ingredient list. When salt is near the top and the rest is a long list of powders, the product is doing more than helping your roast, it is steering your whole diet. If you want gravy, you don't have to lose it, you just need to take back control. Make a quick version with stock, pan juices, onions, and a small spoon of corn flour or flour to thicken. You can also buy lower salt stock and use herbs, pepper, and a splash of vinegar or lemon to lift flavor without leaning on salt. At first, it will taste mild. Give it a week, your taste buds adjust, and you start noticing real flavor again. Watch for the sign that you're overdoing it. If you feel very thirsty after dinner or your rings feel tight the next morning, look at your gravy habit first. It is often the hidden driver. Now we're going after the everyday staple because bread can be the silent driver.
Number 3. Warburton's. Bread feels basic. It is the food many people rely on when money is tight or energy is low. It can also feel safe because it is not sweet like cake and not fried like chips. Yet some loaves are made to be so soft and long-lasting that they behave more like a factory product than a simple staple. Warburton's makes many types, and not all are the same. The concern is with very soft sliced loaves that stay springy for days. To get that texture, recipes often use extra ingredients that help the dough behave in machines, keep it soft, and slow staling. For some people, those loaves are easy to overeat because they barely need chewing. They also tend to sit high on the blood sugar scale, which can matter if you have diabetes or are trying to avoid energy crashes. Here's how to choose without stress. Turn the bag and count the ingredients. A shorter list is usually the calmer choice. Look for whole grain or higher fiber options and check the sugar is not sneaking in. Then do the hand test at home. If a slice compresses into a tight ball with almost no effort, that bread is built for softness, not for staying power. If you want a better default, try a real bakery loaf, a sourdough, or a loaf with a shorter list that goes stale sooner. That sounds like a downside, but it is a sign of fewer tricks. You can freeze slices so nothing is wasted, and when you eat bread, add protein and fat like eggs, cheese, tuna, or beans. That slows the hit and keeps you full longer. Let's move to drinks, because habits you sip are harder to notice than habits you chew.
Number 2. Robinson's. This one is often seen as the sensible choice. It is not a fizzy drink, and it can help plain water feel less boring. For many households, it is a daily habit, not a treat. The reason experts worry is not just sugar. It is the way sweet taste, even when it has fewer calories, can keep cravings alive. Robinson's squash comes in many versions. Some have sugar and some rely on sweeteners. Either way, the mouth learns the same lesson. Water should taste sweet. Over time, that can make fruit taste less sweet, and it can make you reach for biscuits or chocolate more often. For older people managing weight or blood sugar, this is a quiet trap because it does not feel like food. Here is the simple method. If you use squash, dilute it more than you think you need. Each week, make it a little weaker. After a month, many people find they can enjoy water again. You can also switch the habit to flavor without sweetness. Try lemon slices, mint, ginger, or cold herbal tea. These give taste without training a sugar expectation. Also, watch the size of the glass. A large glass with strong squash can turn into several servings of sweet taste in one sitting. Keeping it light is not about strict rules. It is about not letting a drink control your appetite. Some people also notice that very sweet drinks, especially those with sweetness, can upset the stomach or cause more gas. That does not happen to everyone, but if you feel bloated and you drink it daily, it is worth testing a week without it. Simple changes like this often reveal what your body has been tolerating quietly. Last one, and this is the loud warning because it goes down fast and acts like dessert.
Number 1. Iron Brew. Here is where many people disagree because this drink has a loyal following. It feels like a small joy and it feels woven into daily life. But the body does not care about nostalgia. It responds to what comes in. Iron Brew is sweet and it is easy to drink fast. Drinks do not fill you the way food does, so the sugar or the sweet taste can slide in without making you feel satisfied. That is why experts often say that sweet drinks are the quickest way to add extra calories and still feel hungry. Even when you choose a lower sugar version, the sweet taste can keep the habit alive and keep you looking for sweet foods later. Here is the honest test. After you drink it, ask yourself what happens next. Do you want a snack soon after? Do you feel a burst, then a dip? Do you feel more thirsty? Those are signs the drink is not just a drink, it is steering your day. If you love it, the goal is not to shame you. The goal is to make it smaller and rarer. Buy the smallest can, drink it with a meal, and do not keep a multi-pack at home if you know it disappears. Replace the daily habit with sparkling water or tea or water with citrus. Save the sweet drink for a day that actually feels like a treat. When it's not daily, it becomes enjoyable again. Before we wrap up, remember this is not about perfect eating. It's about better defaults you can repeat every week. Use the 3 checks every time. Read salt and sugar for the whole pack, not a tiny serving. Scan the ingredient list for long blends of powders and vague flavor words. Then pay attention to the after feeling. If you end up tired, thirsty, or hungry again, that's your clue. Pick one swap from today and stick with it for 2 weeks. If one brand surprised you, tell me in the comments. If this helped, like the video and subscribe for more simple supermarket guides. And if you missed my last video on everyday beans, watch that next.